Hi there. Today on Typical Books, it is the draw for the winner of the giveaway and a mid-May catch-up. So, before we get into some of the new releases, there's not many. There was 4 since the last time that we spoke about new releases and did a catch-up for May. I thought I'd do a little mid-May catch-up because it is Victoria Day here in Canada, and what better day to announce the winner of the Half Freaks giveaway. So thank you so much to everyone who entered. This is a live draw, by the way, for me and for my camera. I'm going to do the draw right here on screen, and then I'm going to take a little break and I'm going to type in to the winner via YouTube. Or there was one entry that wasn't on YouTube, that was on Facebook. But whoever wins, I'm going to let them know. I'm going to let everybody know, and then I'll finish recording the rest of this and hopefully put it up just later today so that we can announce and share and celebrate whoever wins this wonderful softcover copy of The Half Freaks. So what I've done is I've put everyone's name into a spreadsheet, and then I put myself in at number 2, and you'll see why in a moment, because I don't count. And then what I did is I took all of the names into randomizer.org. So we're going to flip over to Chrome, and you'll see number 2 is already up on the dice. I went into random.org and generated a list of everybody's names and then put it back into my spreadsheet. So I've got, in effect, 2 lists: the original list of everyone's name and where they entered and other information, and then this list that has been randomized with me at number 2. And the reason I'm at number 2 is because I'm going to use this wonderful virtual dice that is set to have 18 people. And since the dice had to start somewhere, because I'd already played with it a couple times and couldn't resist hitting a button because I'm human and we like hitting buttons, I put my name in at number 2 so that I possibly can't win and no one else loses a chance. So out of the 17 names that have entered, again, thank you to everybody and best of luck. I mean it. I'm going to hit the button. Yeah, it's tense. I hope that it's picking up on screen. Oh, number 1. That doesn't sound very random, but hey, that's what we have. And Mindy's book journey. So Mindy, congratulations. That is who has won. And wow, thank you everybody who entered. And I will be getting that in the mail within the day. So tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to put that in the mail for you, as long as we can connect in the meantime. So I will announce this and let you know how to contact me via my portfolio at lydiapever.ca. And for the 4th time, thank you to everyone that entered. And hopefully you'll pick up a copy of The Half Freaks in the meantime, or it will be available to you otherwise, because it is an excellent book. Congratulations again, Mindy, for winning. So, wow, I really hope that everyone can get a copy of The Half Freaks, because I enjoyed it very much, and I am so pleased that this giveaway garnered as many entries as it did. So, wow, thanks everybody. Okay, so speaking of entries, we have 4 new entries to the new releases at horror.org, the Horror Writers Association new release page. Now, I will note, like I have before, not every single horror author that is part of the Horror Writers Association announces all of their new releases this way, but many of them do, and many new authors do, because I don't know if this is true for every single author, but when you have established a name for yourself and have a good coterie of readers already, you maybe sometimes don't use all of the avenues available to you to promote your work, and sometimes you have agents or publishing houses or whatever that do that stuff for you, and they may overlook places that you have membership of already. And normally it just seems to be like the smaller authors that take advantage of this, and a few bigger names, of course, like the week previous we had Kathy Koja's new release Velocities on there. So you're in good company, that's for sure. One thing I did notice about these 4 additional new releases that will be announced in June newsletter that are up on the site right now, most of them coming out in May or have already been released, is the covers were really cool. I really enjoyed the covers. Snowblind. This is book 3 in the Bloodline of Yule trilogy, and I must note that I've been reading Voices in the Snow by Darcy Coates. Merce at Harpies in the Trees just did a review of that book, and it is so snowy and so wintry. I kind of love it right now. Even though we're not even into summer at all, it's like kind of chilly here, and the snow just ended, so I should be sick of snow. But hey, I'm Canadian. I guess I love snow. So Snowblind by Maria Alexander. This comes from Gay Press, and it is coming out next month. So Charity and her friends must help defend an Arctic fortress against a militia after only one thing, the power of the class. Charity ventures into a forbidden world for help to discover only deadly creatures and shocking betrayal await. Now, this is part of a trilogy, obviously, and it's book 3, so we're deep into the midst of people after the class, whatever the class is, and Charity and her friends defending an Arctic fortress. So that sounds like very YA, and it sounds very fantasy. So it must be dark. Weird Dream Society, an anthology of the possible and unsubstantiated in support of RACES. And RACES stands for the Refugee and Immigrant Center for Education and Legal Services. So this is a charity anthology. Playful, whimsical, or dark, but always thoughtful and tinged with the inexplicably weird, the Weird Dream Society brings together 23 stories from the most innovative creators in speculative fiction. All proceeds from the Weird Dream Society anthology go to RACES. Now that's pretty cool. I do like an anthology, a charity anthology even more. Hint, hint, wink, wink. News to come. So yeah, I like the cover of this too. It kind of speaks of steampunk in a way. I guess it's the font choice. Sequel Land, a story of dreams and screams by J. Slayton Jocelyn. This comes up from Clash Books, and it is available on the 19th of May. In Sequel Land, a story of dreams and screams, J. Slayton Jocelyn interviews filmmakers who've directed and contributed to the sequels of acclaimed horror films. While their work has not been appreciated as much, the behind-the-scenes stories and retrospective helps Jay comes to terms with his own career. This sounds like a fun journey. Interesting. And I don't know if many people have read House of Psychotic Women by Kayla Genesee. It's sort of the same sort of idea where she's going on this journey through the films, and she's giving us a history in a way of the films that shaped her, and it is somewhat autobiographical. So I suppose this is going to be similar. I don't know if it's fiction. Treasure. Temple of the Crystal Skull, Thomas Halliday. I had just watched 47 Meters Below, or is it 48 Meters Below, 46 Meters Below? The first one and the second one. I watched the second one recently. I like them both. I haven't watched all this underwater stuff, but speaking of underwater, we watched Underwater. And so I do like these seafaring sort of horror stories, be they, world destroying or not. This comes out by Thomas Halliday from Severed Press, and it came out in January. Major Crook takes leave from combat and heads to the white sand beaches of a remote Caribbean island. While exploring, he uncovers an ancient map and becomes drawn into the quest for sunken demonic temple artifacts. I do like me a sunken demonic temple and their artifacts. I also like something like, Tomb Raider. This sounds very Tomb Raider-y, and I like the angle of somebody trying to get away from a very high pressure and likely deadly career and stumbling into even more stupidity. So I think this looks pretty cool. I like the cover. It's just this monochrome color scheme. I think that really gets me. And something about it reminds me of Frankenstein. I guess the shipwreck. I don't know. Okay, now you can get at all those by going to horror.org and clicking on Members Books up in the menu bar. Or, of course, subscribe, which the pop-up when you visit horror.org will probably prompt you to do, to Quick Bites. Quick Bites is a newsletter that is open to non-members and members alike and gives everyone new release information. I know in my previous video I had talked about the Nightworms spot for looking for new horror releases. This is another great tip too if you really like to stay on top of what's coming out in horror. So between the Horror Writers Association at horror.org and Nightworms, you'll probably get every single horror book that's coming out. So thank you very much for watching. Double congratulations to Mindy at Mindy's Book Journey, and make sure to check out her channel in the links below, and make sure that you have an ooky spooky day.